This Black History Month, we are learning from our past and building a better future. A new historical marker memorializing victims of lynching and racial terror in our area will be unveiled next week.
According to the Equal Justice Initiative, there were 315 documented lynchings in the state of Florida. Tonight, 10 Tampa Bay's Adoria Chumba shows you what's going in to make sure that the Manasota Racial Healing Memorial is in place.
It was a time when mobs of white residents rampaged the land, terrorizing their black neighbors, with at least 6 known cases of lynching in the area.
Most of the lynchings happened in the early 1900s, and at that time, Sarasota and Manatee County were one county. Then one of the lynchings happened in the 1930s.
Sometimes aided by local law enforcement, the lynchings followed a pattern familiar across the country, but most especially in the segregated Jim Crow South.
A so-called interaction with a white woman, and then the white woman goes home and tells her family, and she gets her brothers and her uncles all riled up, and they come after the black man.
There were nearly 5,000 such documented lynchings of African Americans between 1877 and the 1950s. Many of them now remembered at the Equal Justice Initiative's National Memorial for Peace and Justice in Montgomery, Alabama, including Cesar Sheffield, lynched in Lake Park, Georgia in 1915.
My grandfather being an architect, what kind of family wealth was stopped at that moment that he was lynched.
The 5-year process to get a marker similar to this one in Tampa for the Manatee and Sarasota lynching victims was a joint effort by various community groups. However, residents of the historically black community of Newtown were opposed to placing it there.
It's very traumatizing, and it's the right decision to help with the healing, not to have the marker in Newtown, to have it someplace else where other people can see it.
That marker will be located here on the grounds of the Unitarian Universalist Church on Fruitville Road. These 3 concrete benches have been positioned right under a nearby tree so that people can come and sit and reflect on the history and impact of racial terror in the United States.
Principles of the Unitarian Universalists include equal justice for all people, that all people are created equally. And it was very important that we step up and help this project.
It's accessible to the public and also along the Newtown Alive historical trolley route.
These lynchings were, an egregious history of this country.
We really do want to honor these 6 documented victims and the unknown victims.
In Sarasota, Adoria Chumba, 10 Tampa Bay.
And 10 Tampa Bay will be there when the marker is dedicated during a ceremony at the Unitarian Universalist Church on Saturday, February 24th. Another phase of the project includes collecting soil from lynching sites for the Memorial Museum in Montgomery, Alabama.